Father says he forgives the teen accused of fatally stabbing his son at a high school track meet. Police are now revealing what led to the terrifying moment. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
New details about the killing of Austin Metcalf, the student stabbed at a high school track meet near Dallas. According to the arrest affidavit, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony has confessed to the killing, saying he was trying to protect himself.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him, anything. I do anything for him.
Hunter Metcalf says he held his twin brother Austin as he was dying.
I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So.
It happened at the district championship meet in Frisco. Hunter says his brother had asked Karmelo to move his seat because he was sitting under the wrong tent. A witness says Karmelo replied, "Touch me and see what happens." And when Austin grabbed him, Karmelo allegedly pulled a knife.
They asked him to move, and when Austin grabbed his backpack to take it, he stabbed him in the chest and killed him.
He's now charged with first-degree murder.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it.
Austin is being remembered as an honors student with aspirations to play college football. Despite the shocking loss, Austin's father says he chooses forgiveness over anger.
I forgive the other person because the forgiveness is not for him. The forgiveness is for me, so I can have peace. His life is destroyed. My life is destroyed.
The arrest affidavit says as Karmelo Anthony was...
All right, what's up, everybody? So, yeah, this situation is out of fucking pocket. And the only reason why I'm coming on this aggressive is because I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, they basically told you that they was messing with Bull. They was messing with him. Yeah, and it was a track meet situation. I guess he was under the wrong tent or whatever. The situation isn't clear. All these people saying they was there, but nobody got the real footage. I would like to see the real footage because this is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, the brother was minding his own business, and that's what they should have done. And it was both brothers, too. You had 2 against 1. Ain't no rules on no 2 against 1. But if he was under the wrong tent, you could have been like, "Hey, bro, you're under the wrong tent. Can you, like, slide somewhere else?" And just left it right there. But I guarantee you they came over there on some old husky shit, like trying to act like they had him, whatever. And these boys don't look small neither, but the boy Karmelo looked kind of small. But, captain of the track team and the football team, he was a good student, whatever. They trying to make it seem like something that it's not. They trying to make me feel bad for the little white boy. I don't feel bad for him at all. That's what he get. If the bull said touch me and see what happens, obviously y'all still touched him. So you got what you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is a good thing. Like, should he have stabbed him? No. But at the same time, what do y'all get off doing that? I don't understand what white people get off of this. And I don't even hate white people, but the entitled ones that think they have the right to go into somebody's space and do whatever they want to them. This is that shit that I be talking about. Some white people are cool, but a lot of y'all be goofy, man. A lot of y'all be goofy. And it's ridiculous that y'all want me to feel bad for him. Yes, any parent that loses their child is sad, right? How many black boys done been unalived by the police or by some group of white boys back in the day or even today just because he had the skin tone that he had? He ain't did nothing wrong. I done seen too many stories. So now I'm supposed to feel bad because what? This is a different time? And even then, this is still an unprovoked situation because why did y'all mess with him? Y'all should have left him the hell alone. They literally told y'all, like, they went to do whatever, and he got mad and popped him. Now, again, it is self-defense. It is self-defense. But at the same time, y'all need to learn y'all lesson, man. Leave people the hell alone. Leave people alone. And now I know for a fact that it's going to cause some kind of race war because everything usually does. But now we're here with it. And now people on the internet, you got all these white people in the comments on TikTok saying justice for Austin, justice for Austin. I ain't got no justice for that boy, man. Should have minded his business. And this is like white people do not. Something about white people, y'all don't mind y'all business. Y'all just don't mind y'all business. Even the cool ones to a degree, y'all don't mind y'all business. And then when something happened to y'all, the whole country is supposed to just stand in solidarity. But no, I'm not standing in solidarity. Like I said, since the election, I'm not doing nothing. This is y'all time, man. Y'all getting exactly what y'all been doing to people. I don't think we'll ever get to the point where there's like a black sun downtown or anything like that, which good. I don't ever want to be that egregious. I'll leave y'all to have that. But I do think it's funny that because this white boy got popped, all of a sudden it's tears and all this other stuff, and he was a good student and he wasn't any of these things. But clearly you and your brother went over there and bothered somebody that wasn't worried about y'all. That's what you get for playing police. That's what you get for trying to do something you wasn't signed on to do. You should have ran track or ran football, whatever you was there to do, and minded your damn business. That's your fault alone. And then the judge, like the young bull admitted it. He said, "No, I did it." He said, "I stabbed him." You know what I'm saying? I did it. Is the bull cool? This, that, and the third. Judge gives him $1 million bond. That's the shit I'm talking about too. You can't do nothing to white folks without having something done back to you. That's ridiculous. $1 million bond for a 17-year-old teenager in self-defense at that, which is a law in Texas. That's ridiculous. Like, and I'm glad they dropped it. As a matter of fact, I'm about to talk to y'all about the drop in a second. Let me just show y'all something.
So let me get this straight. People are mad at this judge for lowering the bail from $1 million to $250,000 for Karmelo, and now they're talking about she need to be condemned. What the fuck are we talking about? Everybody crying about the system, how it be broken, how they just throw young black males under the jail, and now the one time a black male is not put under the jail, everybody looking confused. Let's be real for a second. This man is only 17 years old. He have no prior charges. He is not a flight risk. He said this was an act in self-defense. I'm not saying he's innocent, but a bond is not about guilt. It's about whether you can fight your case from the outside. So the question is, what is it? Do we want fair treatment or do we just want punishment? So was she wrong for not being a bot and showing some humanity? If this was the system we all asked for, being balanced and thoughtful and not just throwing kids up under the jail, why are we trying to cancel this judge when all she's doing is doing her job? But people is trying to make it a race thing. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below in the comments.
Exactly. If he got the bail, the bond got reduced. First of all, he shouldn't have got him $1 million. He should not have gotten $1 million bond anyway. That is ridiculous for a 17-year-old to get a bond. Thank God for that judge. She dropped that shit by $750,000. Thank you. A bond that makes sense, even though $250,000, in my opinion, is still too high. The boy had no previous records, offenses, or anything like that. But the first thing they give him is a $1 million bond. And of course, it was the people who said this white boy shouldn't have been stabbed. I find it so funny that whenever something like this happens to a white kid, white people in mass go crazy. They go ballistic. They go ape shit. But anytime one of y'all do it to a black kid, we're supposed to be like, oh, well, he was walking down the street at night. Oh, he had a hoodie on. Oh, he was doing this, that, and the third. Oh, he should have just, was being a peaceful person. Well, what if he was minding his business? Again, George Zimmerman is a beautiful example of this. The boy minding his business. The cops told him not to engage. He did what he wanted to do anyway. And then the situation happened with Trayvon Martin. A lot of these situations take place. And George Zimmerman ain't even white as far as I'm concerned. I think he's Hispanic. But still, it still stands because he got treated like a white boy when he put a black boy down under. So it don't even matter. The situation comes in when y'all do it to us, we're supposed to just be like, oh yeah, well, we're not going to talk back or anything like that. And when you meet that one boy that'll put your ass down in the back, now it's a problem. Now all of a sudden the narrative of this black boy is out of control and this, that, and the third. White people in the comment sections on TikTok and Facebook and everywhere else saying, oh, it wasn't what you think it was, and he stabbed the boy and that poor woman. I do feel bad for the mom. Yeah, she got to bury her son. That's sad, man. But at the same time, you know damn well your sons was probably messing with that boy, because at the end of the day, it seemed like the dad really didn't know how to defend it because he knows his sons was probably out of line. They was out of line. Now, should it have ended in death? No. This is one thing I still think the black community needs to work on, is learning how to have a confrontation with somebody without somebody ending up dead. That I will say. But at the same time, they need to mind their business. Y'all need to mind your business and leave people alone. If he ain't doing nothing wrong, he wasn't smoking, he wasn't playing with no gun, he wasn't selling, he wasn't causing problems, they should have left him alone. Point blank, period. And if it was a mistake, he should have been a lot more humble and be like, "Dang, my bad," or something, anything. But he could have went and told an adult and been like, "Hey, look, I don't think he's supposed to be right there," and the adult could have handled the situation, and we wouldn't be having this confrontation. Now you got two families in a disrespectful ass situation. The young boy went from $1 million to 250,000 bond, so now he's on house arrest and he has to have adult supervision and talk to somebody every Friday and stuff like that. But he still got to go to trial. And if I had to be honest, the boy live in Texas. They goofy as shit in Texas, so he might end up doing time still. Even if it's under the self-defense law with the defense attorney, that prosecutor was set to lock him up and throw away the key at 17. And it's funny as shit to me because I see a lot of people going, "Oh, well, he had the knife." True, he shouldn't have had the knife. But at the same time, Kyle Rittenhouse was 17 with a gun. He popped two people. And again, I hate it, but it was self defense. He got on the board, started crying and all this other shit, and he got the rock out. White tears and black tears don't move the same. White tears and black tears don't drop the same. Clearly. And the other thing I want to say is I got to give props to the brother because he did handle himself. He ain't answer no questions when the press is in his face. He was about his shit, as he should have been. He should have been about it from start to finish. And he even admitted that he did stab him. He didn't lie. He admitted it. So, you know, it is what it is. I got some more videos I want to show y'all because I don't really got a lot of time to do this whole thing. But you know what I'm saying? I had to talk about this topic because this is the shit I'm talking about. Let me go into the sister that talked about Judge Joe Brown breaking it down, and you know we'll get into it.
Joe Brown came out with a statement regarding his thoughts on the Karmelo Anthony case, and to all those white tea supremacists that jumped in my live and said I was a terrible law student because I was one of the first creators to tell y'all that Karmelo Anthony was actually robbed under the Texas Penal Code 29.02. But since you won't listen to me, let's see if you listen to an official judge.
And they try to take it again from him. That's a robbery. In other words, the taking of the property of another by use of force or violence. He resisted the robbery, which is a felony, and that would morph the whole thing to killing into a felony murder situation. If you have a felony murder thing, the people who implemented the underlying felony become responsible for the consequences. For instance, if there is a proprietor, a manager, or an employee in a liquor store, and some people come in to hold up the liquor store and there's a shootout, and one of the bullets fired by the proprietor, the manager, or an employee miscarries and kills an innocent person on the sidewalk. Well, under the felony murder thing, the employee, manager, or whatever is not charged with the homicide. The people who are charged with the homicide are the ones that started the robbery. So in this case, you have a party that starts a robbery. 2, allegedly, you have a killing that results by the would-be victim of the robbery. So what happens is, under the felony murder theory, the person that's charged with the homicide and the robbery is the survivor. In this case, one of the would-be, should-be co-defendants to the robbery, if that's the way the case is cast. The whole thing about the $1 million bond is absolutely ridiculous because under the Fifth Amendment, bonds shall be reasonable, and reasonable has been interpreted for the last 230 years by the U.S. Supreme Court and most appellate courts as meaning simply enough to ensure that a person shows up until the charges are disposed of. No.
So I guess Judge Joe Brown is trying to make it sound like the way we all trying to make it sound like they was fucking with him. trying to make it seem like it's a robbery, but he's trying to paint it as if, if you got a situation, you got two people, a robbery's taking place, one person's up dead, now you got two people now you got one person in the situation taking blame for both problems. And that's exactly what it seems like they're trying to do to the young boy, even though we know for a fact he didn't do it. Now, all these eyewitnesses and this, that, and the third, and everybody saying this, I just want the truth. I want the video, the full, clean video to come out, and I want to see it for myself. I want to see what this video looks like, because no matter how y'all try to point it out, it does sound like those white boys was in the wrong space. Not to mention it was brothers. There was twin brothers. So one brother had to watch the other brother act a damn fool. Y'all both probably was acting a damn fool, but the one brother actually had the balls to think he could put his hands on somebody that he didn't know. And brothers in news crying like, my brother, I'm holding my brother. Yeah, you should have told your brother to sit his ass down. Both of y'all should have sat down. And this is what we're saying, man. We are not our ancestors, bro. All that bullshit from 1920 and all that stuff. We just gonna burn y'all stuff down, and y'all not gonna do nothing about it. That era is over with. It's over with. We are not these dudes no more. I love my ancestors, right? But if it's one thing that hurts me the most is the shit that they put up with. They have y'all thinking that this is okay. This is a different time zone. Yes. Is it 5-1? Yes. Is there a good chance this might cause a race war? Well, we've been on the verge of a race war since Trayvon Martin. So it's been boiling under and under and under for years. And here we are. We're probably at the precipice of it all. And it just is going to be what it is. And Sarge Willapede been saying, it's about to get goofy out here. And these are the signs. So here we are. And honestly, I would say one of the biggest tipping points was Ahmaud Arbery, because they ain't had no reason to kill that boy. There was no reason to unalive that boy at all. They did it because they was bored. White people have been too comfortable with the idea that black lives are just innately not worth a damn, and y'all can just kill us, unalive us, do whatever y'all want to do to us, and now y'all can slide with it. Well, guess what? It's a different day. It's a different era. It's a different time. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And sometimes we gonna have to get a little dirty. I don't like it, but unfortunately, brothers, we just gonna have to get a little dirty. If you want some peace for once, which we deserve, we gonna have to war for it. And I don't even like having to say it that way, but it just is what it is. So let me give y'all one last video, because like I said, we are white boys. Like, y'all did it to yourselves. Y'all did it to yourselves. Y'all think every black dude ain't trying to not go to jail. Some black dudes will go to jail. Some black dudes is willing to put you in 6 feet under. And y'all should know that by now, because y'all constantly talk about how black men hold all the violent crimes, but yet y'all still like to mess with us like we won't do it to you. Like, I ain't got no personal smoke, but it's just like, damn, y'all really do walk around here thinking y'all own somebody. So look, let me play this last video for y'all, because he explains it just as well as I feel like I probably did. I could have explained this better, but this situation doesn't make any sense. I really just need the real story. If somebody has the video, please drop the video. What are you waiting for? Drop the video, because this boy got all these white people in shambles, and this post is about to actually tell you how these white kids really just got exposed.
Hey people, I'm sorry to say, this is y'all fault that this whole Karmelo Anthony incident even happened in the first place. First of all, y'all need to give Karmelo Anthony an apology. Anybody that feel like he was wrong, y'all need to give that young man an apology, because all he was doing was defending himself, and now he had to go through the trauma of taking somebody's life to defend himself. Now he got to deal with all this backlash that he doesn't even deserve. Now, first of all, I know it's really hard to grasp this, right? But all black men, we don't all wear bonnets. We don't all wear dresses. We don't all wear purses. We don't all wear mercy. We don't all sell out our people just so we can make quick money. We're not all feminine. All black men are not docile, passive, that y'all like to put in the media and pacify these black men by giving them money in exchange for their masculinity. All black men are not willing to sell out their masculinity in order to get bread, in order to push agendas. All black men are not like that, okay? Y'all been teaching your young Euro children that y'all can just basically walk up to black people, and Euros can do whatever they want to black people without there being any consequence. And I'm pretty sure these children thought in their mind, well, we're bigger, We're white, we can do whatever we want to him, and there's not going to be consequences. And look what happened in the process. This young man had to lose his life and be made an example out of in order to put your ego in check. That's basically what happened. These young men had huge egos, they were known bullies, and they went up and tried to bully the wrong black child because they probably assumed that just because they had the upper hand, they were able to just treat and talk to this young black man like anything, and look what happened. So really, this is y'all fault. You know what happened here? Arrogance. Arrogance is what made this happen. Arrogance is why that young man lost his life. Karmelo Anthony, he was simply protecting himself. As simple as that.
Yep. Perfect example. Perfect example. Y'all let your kids think they can do this. Y'all let your kids think it's okay to just walk up to people of other races, especially the black ones, and then they can talk to them any old type of way, treat them any old type of way, and they not gonna get a hot fire in their ass. Well, guess what? Y'all just saw it. And these white people are fucking raging right now because he got his bond dropped. He's on house arrest. He's not under the jail. He's not thrown under the prison like most black men tend to be, which is a sign of the times. Maybe the system is changing a little bit, but not enough because he still had a $1 million bond to begin with. But either way, man, like this shit got me mad as hell because it's like the brother can't even run track and play football without y'all on some bullshit. If y'all leave people alone, y'all will notice a lot of things tend to change that y'all love. It's like, I swear, it's like every time black people start making a difference, y'all can smell it. It's like y'all can smell it, but this is what y'all get. So now, basically, what the black men and black women are saying is, if this is what y'all want to do, this is what it's going to be. This new era of black people is not with it. This new era of black people ain't trying to hear none of that shit. And this is essentially what y'all have created. We could have had a much better country years ago, but y'all just refuse to acknowledge black people as people. Y'all look at us as less than, y'all look at us as beneath, and this is where y'all are. And again, this does not apply to all white people. There are some great white people. My best friend is a white boy. We've been best friends since the 5th grade. And I love my best friend to death. Straight up. But these young boys, right, like the Austins and all, like these Kyle Rittenhouse and all these goofy motherfuckers, like y'all the ones that make it bad. Keep it a buck with you. And I do want to say that when this happens to black people, it's never a problem. For like, show me a picture of a group of black men surrounded by a white person swinging from a tree in celebratory status, and I'll put a badge on your chest. I'll put a badge on your chest, a big old gold badge. Y'all don't see it. But you see pictures of white people doing that to black people. Black people don't have a massive history of racial terroristic issues like y'all do. So there's one time where I guess a white boy ended up in the ground because he was messing with the wrong brother. That's on him. Y'all need to raise y'all kids better and be like, listen, just because somebody ain't your complexion don't make you better than them. Guarantee you we'd have less of these problems. But no, y'all don't want to do that. Especially not the middle Americans, not them Texans. Hell no. Not the middle Americans, absolutely not. You really don't get that on the east and the west where the white kids know not to really fuck with us. And even then it's iffy. Because they secretly say some stuff out their mouths. But some of them are real cool, like I said. You just got to meet them. But I'm glad the brother at least got a house arrest. He's not sitting behind bars with a bunch of grown men, whatever, into him, whatever. He good. I'm happy for him. But that's all I got to say on this topic. Y'all been here with the Black Intellectual. Let me know how y'all feel about the video in the comments down below. Like and subscribe for more. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.